Hey, what's good, beautiful people? Of course, you know who I is, the good doc, Dr. Mike. Back again, once again, with another classic video for you guys today. Sincerely hope everybody's having a blessed one. If this is your first time watching the Dr. Mike TV video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you notify. Anything you need to know about me shall be listed in the link in the description area below. I do not wish to be before you long, so I'm gonna go ahead and run through this one and rip it off like a band-aid. Why is it that we get so much shade and shame when we choose to date women abroad? Why is it that us men, not just me as an African American man, but men in general, why do we get so much shade when we choose to date women from other countries? I love that question, and I'm gonna answer it today. Matter of fact, I'm gonna use an example. I know a young lady, beautiful young lady. She's really the type of person that you can see yourself with, and she's not even from any Asian country or anything, but she has a lot of the qualities in a woman that you like. She'll take care of her man and shit, make sure food's on the table even though she has a job. And that's the kicker. She has work, she does her own damn thing, has her own 9 to 5, but when she comes home, she makes sure that everything is in place. She makes sure there's food on the table. And I asked her, did she have any friends from around here? Because she's been here for at least 5 years. And she was like, no, most of my friends are from where I grew up at. And I was like, okay, that's ironic that all of your friends are from around here. Then she asked the question, she says, I can't understand why these women don't like me around here. Because she seemed to come across a lot of people that didn't like her. And she was like, I don't know why they don't like me. And I had to tell her, I said, the reason they don't like you is because you make them look bad. And she's like, what does that mean? I said, you make them look bad. They don't want to hang around with you. They don't want to fuck with you because you make them look really bad. As in, the shit that you do for your man, in hindsight, if you were friends with them, they would tell you to do the opposite. He should be the one taking care of you. He should be the one doing that for you. He should be the one cooking and cleaning and all of that stuff. He should be treating you like a queen and all of that shit. You know where that conversation goes, and you know where it comes from. But because you make them look bad, you put yourself in a position where you're not going to be liked by a lot of people. Especially when you have a job and yet and still you come home and you take care of business. You feel me? And so in hindsight, when I look at it from that particular situation, why us as men seem to get a lot of shade and shame when we choose to date women abroad is very simple. Because the women abroad make the women in the United States or women in Western countries look really bad. They make them look like they ain't shit. So then you hear all of these girls talk about, oh, why you want to go over there, man? Ain't nothing over there. Why you want to go date women from over there? They ain't shit. You start to get those conversations. And then you start to ask, then you start to get the questions, oh, why do you want to travel over there for? They ain't nothing over there for you. You ain't lose nothing over there. They scared. So not only are they mad because these women make them look bad, aside from that, they're scared because they already know that they're on, limited time and definitely amongst limited options when it comes to dealing with decent men, from that particular area. Then they want to shame you. Here's the shaming tactic. The shaming tactic I love the most. You just dating these women because you can't get women in your own home country. And in some situations, that may be true. That may be an accurate statement. But sometimes us men choosing to date women abroad is not necessarily because we cannot get women from our own home countries. It's simply because the women in our own home countries ain't really worth having. Ladies, I am not the prettiest motherfucker on the planet. I admit that. I know that. But at the end of the day, I know my worth and I know my value. I know what I bring to the table, and if I can't find somebody who can complement what I bring to the table, ladies, I'm sorry. I'm gonna invest elsewhere. That's the best way for me to put it. I'm gonna put my seeds of investment in other countries and other places where I feel that my worth will be taken into consideration and my value and my stock will rise on a daily basis. And ladies, this has nothing to do with all of you. This is just many of them. This is just the majority of the women in Western countries. Not all of them. But they will shame you and they will shade you and make you feel bad for wanting to date women abroad. They never take any accountability for what the fuck they do wrong. You know, they always want to run back to the, oh, this is a male-dominated world and us women are just trying to find our place. And then they feel like they got to be so goddamn manly that you think that a man wants to be with a chick that acts more of a man than they do? Nobody wants that. You know, we talk about feminism, and I don't want to get into that topic because that's none of my business. I don't care. I ain't a chick, so it's none of my business. But I'll tell you like this. Y'all want to get into the topic of feminism. That's your thing. Do what you want to do. But what happens to femininity? Let's talk about that for a second. You want to get into feminism, but whatever happened to femininity? Is that how you say it? Femininity? Yeah, that sounds right. Whatever happened to being a woman, acting like a woman? You know, taking care of yourself, you know, manicures, pedicures. I mean, it's not necessary at all. Steaks, but, you know, putting in the effort to make yourself look presentable, look like somebody you want to be around, look like somebody you want to be with. And then aside from the femininity and how you look, whatever happened to the femininity in your behavior? Since when did Cardi B and Nicki Minaj become the type of women that you want to follow? The ratchetness that comes with the different types of women you choose to follow, these social media models, these IG models, these women who put themselves out there with their enhanced asses and titties and shit. You know, since when did that become what you girls want to follow? And then you wonder why you can't find a good man. Or you're the type of person to go out and fuck with 100 different wrong guys and then finally realize, oh, maybe I should settle down with a good one this time. The shade that we get as men for choosing to date abroad is funny to me. They always want to make you feel bad. They want to make you feel bad about trying to be with somebody who is complimentary to you or compatible with you. How can you make a man feel bad about wanting to be with a woman that compliments him well? I don't want to be chasing you around. I don't want to feel like I'm going to get my ass whooped because you want to be so much of a man. I don't want to feel that way. So fellas, when you start getting that shade, or especially when you start getting the shade from the guys, you hear a lot of dudes talking shit too about, oh, why y'all dating women in these other countries? These women ain't shit. You need to be dating your melanated queens. Yes, I do believe that black women do bring a lot to the table, but sometimes it becomes an exhausting thing. And that's not a topic of conversation I want to touch, but sometimes it can be very exhausting, okay? Again, we have great ones out there. We do. But those men who shame me specifically because I date women outside of my own race, come on, man. I should be happy, right? Y'all gonna shit on a man's happiness. How the fuck can you shit on another man's happiness? I think you guys are the worst. But anyway, neither here nor there. I'm just jumping around. But at the end of the day, the shaming tactics that men give you when you choose to date abroad and the shaming tactics that the women give you for choosing to date outside of your own home country is just, it's sad. But let them date outside of their own race or outside of their own country. Oh, we don't have the right to say shit about that, right? Yeah, let's say you want to date a brother from the Dominican Republic or wherever. You know, you go to Jamaica, whatever it may be. I don't know. Just throwing spitballing some shit. Because women do date outside of their own race and their own culture too. But when they do it, we're just supposed to be okay with it, right? Because there's no good brothers or there's no good men around in the country anymore. It's like a fucking revolving door. Think about it. We get the topic of conversation about there not being any good women for us to date as men, so we date abroad. Then the women come back and say there's no good men. But yet and still, all of the good men are being taken by women that you may not like, simply because if you presented yourself in a way that a man such as myself would be interested in dating, then we wouldn't have this problem. Probably if you women acted right, most of you, and again, this isn't in any particular thing in fashion, but Western women, if they acted right, I think that men wouldn't go anywhere. But because we can't get you guys to act right, we have to look elsewhere. And then that makes you look elsewhere, and then everybody else is looking elsewhere. It's a revolving door, ladies and gentlemen, if that makes sense. It's a circle. And the funny thing is, what we should stop doing is stop blaming each other. You know, I say there's no good women around, or women don't value me, or whatever it may be, or as a man you may say a woman doesn't value you. But ultimately, instead of just blaming, oh, it's their fault, it's this, that, and the other, why don't we just accept things for the way that they are and just be happy? Try to find happiness, man. Fuck it. I ain't worried about none of these women anymore, man. You just gotta find happiness where you find happiness. Get in where you fit in. Somebody told me a story about a brother who went to Sydney, Australia on a business trip. That man quit his job. He found a woman, quit his job, and stayed in Sydney for the rest of his life. He's still over there. He found him a girl, and he's working it out, you know? So you got to get in where you fit in and find your happiness. Ladies, you got to find your happiness as well. I'm the type. I'm going to be real with you. You got to find what makes you happy. If that's somebody that is, you know, from another part of the world, so be it. If you like the accents, man, whatever it is, do what you do and do what makes you happy. Do what makes you feel right, all right? And that's where I'm gonna leave it at. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been fun. It has been real. I gotta go watch my movie. I'm late as it is, all right? So with that being said, the good doc's officially out. At least nako paalam, which means we're going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Mikethepiguide. Peace.